Hello, my name is Mary.
And I'm James.
And welcome to another episode of the Watch That Movie podcast.
Yay.
So,
the
movie.
Yay.
The movie.
Movie
I
we're
don't know
doing.
what that. That was actually good. That little church run you did, because this fits right in with this movie. So the movie we're discussing today, a friend recommended this movie to us. I am no
Multiple
longer friends with that person.
Cut them off, yo. Cut them off. Mary looks so disappointed right now. You can't see her face, but I just see disappointment.
And you know what? I am disgusted by Netflix. I'm insulted by Netflix because they literally said, this movie's on Netflix. They literally said, oh, we think you'd like this.
Yeah. I got a suggestion about this too.
They think our taste is in the garbage.
Well, that just means you've been watching trash. So they just want to feed you more trash.
Dog, the only trash I watch is The Housewives, and that's not on Netflix. So I don't understand why they would subject me to whatever the hell this movie is. Did we say the name of the movie? Tell them the name of the movie.
The movie is The Deliverance, not to be confused with Deliverance, which came out in 1972, but The Deliverance.
Is The Deliverance also? I don't know what The Deliverance is trying to be. I'm still trying to categorize it. But is Deliverance a horror film too?
I just know every time I try to search Deliverance, it does not look like a horror film.
It doesn't look.
4 city-dwelling friends decide to get away from their jobs, wives, and kids for a week of canoeing in rural Georgia.
So being delivered from your responsibility as a husband and father? What?
No, so they decided to get away from their jobs, wives, and kids for a week of canoeing in rural Georgia. While the men arrive, they are not welcomed by the backwoods locals who stalk the vacationers and savagely attack them in the woods. Reeling from the ambush, the friends attempt to return home, but they are surrounded by dangerous rapids and pursued by a madman. Soon, their canoe trip turns into a fight for survival.
Is this Stephen King? Who wrote this? Who cares? Let's talk about One Deliverance, I guess.
Let's talk about One
We should have been delivered from this movie. But yeah, so what? Apparently this movie is based off a true story?
Yeah, it's based off of a true story.
Inspired by true events, that's what they say.
Inspired by true events. And we'll touch upon that on the true events later in the episode.
Okay. So this movie starts off, it's a blank screen. And what do you think about the opening text that was there?
It was like a little scripture, right?
I don't even know if it's scripture. I have it. It says, I need forgiveness for my sins, but I also need deliverance from the power of sin. I need forgiveness for what I've done, but I also need deliverance from what I am.
Okay, yeah, that is not scripture.
I'm wondering if this is like an NLT translation. You know how that like dumbs down the New Living Translation. Literally, like it takes all the poetic flair out of scripture, and it makes it very easy to read. But I like the NIV because it's a good medium between the two. You know, King James is a little bit too like, I guess, Shakespearean for lack of better words. But NIV is it. NIV is it.
No, I don't think that was scripture at all. But
this looks like I wrote it. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I don't even think like it really fit the movie, to be honest. Like I don't know. It just feels weird.
Okay, so I think it kind of fits the movie. I need forgiveness for my sins, but I also need deliverance from the power of sin. I think that's Ebony. I need forgiveness for what I've done, but I also need deliverance for what I am. That may be Berta. Listen, I may be giving this way too much credit, but I'm just saying I need forgiveness for my sins. So we know that Ebony is an alcoholic.
Yes.
She needs deliverance. She needs forgiveness for her sins, for her alcoholism, but she also needs the hold of alcoholism taken off of her from the power of sin. I agree.
Yeah, so she can stop doing it.
And her mother was a piss poor mother, so she needs forgiveness for what she's done, but also forgiveness for what she is, which is I guess a whore. I don't know what she is. She looked like the character looked okay.
All right, let's focus. All right, so So after that opening poem, right?
Because we can't
They
confirm if it's scripture or not. Like, we don't know what it
so
is.
it
Maybe it's
goes
a
to
prayer. Maybe it's supposed to be a prayer.
maybe it's a prayer.
Okay. Okay.
That sounds pretty
Yeah.
good. Let's call it a prayer. After that prayer, it goes to the paintings on the walls, right? And the paintings on the walls show disturbing images, essentially, of the family. You know what you said earlier about Ebony, alluded to her drinking habits. There's one picture of her laying on the couch, like with a bottle of alcohol, passed out, and her little kid with extra sharp teeth is eating pizza
Eating pizza like a maniac. It's like, what is.
like a
I
maniac.
understand that's the style, that's the stylistic choice that the artist chose to go with, but it's still kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But this opening scene.
What is that? That reminded me of that book of the terrible little boy, like the yellow boy with like a very sharp teeth.
The yellow boy. I know
Like,
exactly what you mean. Yeah, he's he's a
yeah,
menace.
yes, it's like a no, Danny, no, or something like that. Like no,
Now I gotta Google it.
no, David.
No,
It's called
David.
No,
Yeah,
David.
David was a dick.
Yeah, he
Oh
was.
my goodness.
No, there's literally the cover is just David. Like, look,
I hated David as a kid. I was like, why is he so
yeah.
destructive?
No, David, just missing teeth and just shiny. He's tilting over
A
a little
fishbowl. He
fishbowl.
needs to be put over the knee.
He
But
does, and that's what the painting style kind of looked like in the beginning of the movie.
okay, yeah, it's very elementary, you know what I mean? And like you said, it depicts kind of events that's happening in the film or has happened. Like you said, a woman is passed out on the couch with a bottle. That's Ebony. A white woman's in church. That's Bertha and Never Scenes. And it reminds me of Hereditary. Do you remember the opening scene of Hereditary? They has this dollhouse.
Yeah, I do remember the dollhouse.
And the dollhouse pretty much showed everything that was going to happen before the movie started.
It
Yeah.
did, it did, and even when the paintings on the walls, I kind of paid close attention to it, right? Because they also showed a shadow figure
Mhm.
talking to the children, and then again standing on top of the
Yeah, the
stairs.
silhouette of like this
You know,
looming man in a door frame sort of looking
yes.
down on us, and we find out who that is later. So
Yes. And then is a very ominous like song and everything. And then you know who's singing the opening
Andra
song?
Day, the
Andra
woman who
Day.
plays Ebony. Yeah.
Yes, remember that.
Also,
Remember that.
you know that she has a really big song out. It's like, "All rise up."
Rise up, yeah, rise
Yeah.
up.
And
She sung in the Super Bowl,
oh, she sung the
right?
national anthem, or did she sing her song?
She sung sing the Black National
She has
Anthem.
a very distinctive, powerful, like sort of painful voice. Like that's we're kind of like
Yes.
sort of like sorrowful and mournful. But it's so, when you think about the songs that I've heard of Andra Day, as opposed to the ratchet ass character she plays in this movie, it's like, wow. Andra Day gives like Erica Badu like peace, love, like I drink
Yes, she
tea
does.
and you sage, but she needs sage in this movie.
No, I agree.
But one
I
thing
agree.
that the first thing that pisses me off about this movie, first thing I thought it was weird how the song just kind of, the first time I watched this movie, the opening song what Andra Day was singing, I thought it was kind of jarring how it like transitioned into like the horror of, the horror, I don't know, music. I thought that tradition was kind of weird. I was like, I don't think I've ever, it just made the opening credits feel very long to me because it's like, okay, we have two different songs now. When I watched it the first time, it didn't affect me as much, but the first time I was like, I don't think this movie's going to be very good.
You can just tell by the song.
Just for that. And, well,
because song sets the tones.
yes.
You know what I mean? So if a song is corny and wonky, you can kind of like anticipate the movie. And not saying that the song itself was corny or wonky, but I agree. Just the musical transitions,
Took me for a loop.
and even when so after that very opening scene, right? They show Dre, her son, which is probably what, like 7, 8 years old, maybe. He's painting, and he's like, "Mom, come look at my painting." She goes up there and she looks and she admires his painting, right? and it looks pretty good. You know, she called him some type of artist. I forget what
Basquiat,
she said.
little Basquiat.
Basquiat,
Yeah,
little Basquiat, right?
Basquiat does those sort of like kind of rough, very streaky paintings. So I
Okay.
get where she gets like the Basquiat reference from.
So she called him that, and she admired the painting. And he turned back up, and she started painting again. And she was like, "All right, now stop playing and come help me with dinner." And then he didn't go immediately. And she's like, "I'm not gonna tell you again." She just lost so much patience so fast. I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, I don't know. It
Yeah,
just
she's giving like one of those mothers who's angry that she had children, and every day she makes that her children's problem.
yeah, that's exactly what it seemed like. Just
And I hate
she
those
just like,
mothers.
"Oh yeah, yeah," like, "Oh, that's nice," and then just pissed off immediately
It's just a lot of like.
when.
But my thing about this painting, we see this painting, we think it's going to be like a big plot point in the movie. You know, apparently they painted this together, her and Dre.
Mm-hmm.
This paint is never mentioned again. We never see Ebony painting at all. Like we never see Dre painting at all. And it's like, okay, is this just like a one-time hobby that she never does again? Like she
Yeah.
just I don't know. It's like I thought she was a painter. I thought that was her job. Later on to find out she's like a barber or something, and I'm like, what? So she doesn't paint anymore? I was like, you know, they put so much focus on this painting, and I think it's just kind of, if you remove the painting from the movie, it won't make a big difference whatsoever.
No, I think they just try to figure out how we're going to open it. Like, just show a painting that kind of loosely, barely tells the story of what's going to
Because my
happen.
thing is, it
A
don't hit that
foreshadowing.
hard. It don't.
No.
Once you figure out, oh, this painting represents their life, it still don't hit that hard. Maybe because I've seen Hereditary, but I'm like, this painting could be completely removed from the story because, like, you know, it'd be different. It was a hobby that she did to help with her drinking or something like that. But no one knows. You know, a lot of times in this movie, I'm like, I don't even think the director knew. Like, there's a lot of things. I'm like, I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. Like, no one knows. But yeah. Let's continue.
so, to continue, right? So Tasha Smith, right? She plays this preacher, the pastor, right? And she's making this sermon, and she's preaching about Lazarus and how Jesus raised Lazarus. And at one point, she was like, "And if you believe that he risen from the dead, you shall be saved." But she was still talking about Lazarus, and
Believe in Lazarus, not
like,
Jesus.
yeah. And
That's what it
I'm
seems like.
like, as a preacher kid, I'm like, what is going on? Like, how? Like, what? Just the way she combined it made no sense. And I'm like,
And everyone's like,
what is
"Amen,
going on?
hallelujah," and it's like, her message don't eat down like that for all that.
her
Like
her message don't
her
eat
very
down
basic
for
message. She's not even out of breath. Like, you know what I mean?
no.
She not going in a minute. Like it don't
Exactly.
call for all that. Like
There's no hum. And then I saw Glenn Close.
that is
And then I
Glenn
saw Alba.
Close.
That's Glenn
Oh my
Close.
god, she looks like a person in whiteface.
She
I
does,
was
yo.
like,
She
what's wrong
does.
with her? What's wrong? Like I know she got cancer in the movie, but she don't got to be looking like that.
I just see her and I'm like, I just start dying. I'm like, this is so
Ain't that
like
Corella
just
Deville?
random. Yes, it's Corella
Oh,
Deville.
how the mighty have fallen.
Glenn Close has played. I looked it up earlier. She played in like over 50 movies
Mm,
from like 1985 until today.
mm.
Right? It just to have her. And to be honest with you, like I thought she did a really good job. Like I thought that she played the Wigga
The wigger, I'm crying.
pretty
Yeah,
well
when I think about it,
without being extra about it.
yeah, I think it's the script because there's other people in this movie like Caleb McLaughlin, you know. It's like and Omar Epps. I'm like, this movie is a scourge.
Uh-huh.
Is a dark stain on y'all resume because you guys are both talented actors. I don't even think Andra Day did badly at all. Monique didn't
I thought she
poorly.
did. No, I thought Monique was pretty good too.
It's just the script is garbage, and when you have a
It's the
garbage
script.
script, there's only so much you can do with it. There's
Yeah.
only so much.
No. So speaking of the script, right? So they're sitting at dinner after church, and Glenn Close Alba, right? We revealed
Alba.
that Alberta.
You think about Idris? You got him on the mind.
Alberta.
Yeah.
So Alberta, right?
Alberta.
Berta, right? She's basically like, you should have let me take. Why? I don't know why you didn't let me take your son Nate to church.
She was talking about. I didn't know what she just says. The boy. I didn't know who the hell she was talking about. I was like, she has 2 sons. Who are you talking? I thought she was talking about Dre.
Yeah, I thought she was talking about Nate because he's older.
No one knows.
Maybe
James.
she was talking about Dre.
No one knows.
Nobody knows.
She just says the boy. It's like she has. I was like, I don't. Who is she talking about? No one knows.
You're right. That's hilarious that we got that confused.
We didn't get it confused. They got it confused.
They
don't know either.
And then the mom's like, I don't like forcing him to do what he doesn't want to do. And then she makes a face, Alberta, as she's eating. And she's like, this catfish got too much garlic. Like, first off, who seasoned the catfish with garlic, right? First off.
Well, I use garlic powder and everything. So
I guess. But like, that, it just, not enough salt would have been an easier critique. Like, this catfish got too much garlic. Who taught you to cook like that? And we're just
my thing is, I don't take seasoning advice from white women. I'm not doing it.
Right.
Some of y'all think pepper is spicy. I'm not doing it.
You're right. So then, just the way that Ebony talks to her mother.
Child, you know her mom ain't black.
She told her, she was like, Mama, shut the F up, yo. And that is crazy.
To her face. Listen, she been threatening her mom the whole movie. Like, she been talking crazy to her mama. Crazy to her mama.
I'm like, this is I wrote down, Mama, STFU is a crazy line for a black woman in front of her own kids. Like, I feel like black people, we don't disrespect our parents in general, but we definitely won't disrespect our parents in front of our own kids, teaching them it's okay to disrespect us.
Or even their grandparents. It's like, no, we set the example for respect.
For respect. Like, at least one thing, like, like, it's just the way she talked to her.
So,
and then she's a backhanded little boy. So she was a menace at that table.
She was. So Dre wanted more milk. I'm gonna get to that. Dre wanted more milk, and she said, "No, you shouldn't have had that first glass. You know you lactose intolerant."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm not lactose intolerant. The doctor never told you that. You just cheap. She only smacked him in the mouth because she saw that Berta was laughing at it. She smacked him so hard in the mouth he starts bleeding. Yeah, and I'm like, I would say it's abusive, but we've been smacked in the mouth before. Or less.
Doesn't mean it's not. Doesn't mean it's not abusive.
I never bled, but I was smacked in the mouth a few times.
Yes, no, we absolutely would have got slapped in the mouth if that happened. Mm-hmm. If we said that, right? And it did bust a little boy's mouth
bust his lip right open.
And then she was like, "Oh boy," right? And she kind of went over and tried to like fix his mouth. And then Glenn Close, Alberta.
Why could
she stand? I don't know because she doesn't look like an Alberta to me. She looks like an Alba or something.
She don't look like no Alba.
I don't know. Anyway, she stands up and just stares at her. And initially I'm thinking she's about to fight her. Right? And then she was like, Ebony was essentially like, I ain't effing around with you. Don't get on my nerves.
Ebony is very angry.
She is so angry. She is so
and I'm gonna get in, we get into the reasons why, and I'm gonna get into how I feel about that later. But later that night, the kids are in the room. Shantae, baby girl, is texting her daddy on a cracked iPhone 3. That is the oldest phone I've ever seen in my entire life. That I'm like, get this girl a new phone. This phone is the first iPhone. It still had the button in the middle, I'm pretty sure.
It
The text
did,
messages were
but
still green.
mm-hmm.
And did you notice all the Philly sports team pennant flags on the wall?
I did, and I noticed they were. Yes, that's the first thing I noticed. And the director, he's from Philly too.
Did he go to Overbrook High School? Because there was an Overbrook High School pennant flag there too.
I know. What's the director's name?
Lee Daniels.
Lee Daniels. So Lee Daniel is from Philly. I don't know if he went to Overbrook. I could check it out though.
If it doesn't take too much time. Google that
It
Jones
already
supposed to be a
taken.
short segment.
Yeah. It's already taking too much time.
Yeah. Okay, well anyway, so yeah, she's texting her daddy. She's like, she's crazy as ever. And one thing, so we know their father is in Iraq, but they never explain why. Is he fighting in Iraq? They decided to move there. What's happening?
What? Well, obviously he's fighting. Niggas just don't go to Iraq to hang out.
They
Mary.
never said that. Because at the
they
end,
say he's in Iraq.
But why? At the end of the movie, right?
Protecting this country.
At the end of the movie, Ebony said, "Oh, me and your dad worked it out." She said, "Oh, he's in Iraq, knowing the kids don't got nowhere to live over there." So if he was fighting, why would he be considering bringing the kids to Iraq?
Oh, you think?
She said
you think
like that? She said, Ebony said something like, "He in Iraq, knowing the kids don't got nowhere to live over there," or something like that.
Did she really?
I think she said some dumb shit like that.
What is he like now I'm questioning.
What is he doing in Iraq?
Is he a contractor? Is he an ambassador? Like
I don't know.
What is he doing in Iraq?
And they never said it.
I just assumed.
Yes.
I just assumed he was a soldier.
And she said, we're working
it out.
Protecting
America.
She said, well, they're working it out. So I'm like, they're working it out. So did they break up before he went to Iraq to fight? I don't know. But my thing is, when did this movie come out? Because Obama poured everyone out of Iraq before this movie in 2019. Then,
well, Biden put everyone out of Afghanistan.
Out of Afghanistan, okay.
But no, but also the Iraqi war is over too. But this movie was based in 2011.
Okay, I just this movie says so much, but then again, doesn't explain the basic things that we need to comprehend and respect this movie.
Yeah, it's like they try to do too much and then realize, we really got the cost for that.
So
even so, I looked up the IMDb page, right, to read the descriptions, and it says this movie is based in Indiana. These niggas are in Pittsburgh,
Where
Mary.
In Pittsburgh. They don't even. You sure it's Deliverance and not Deliverance?
Yes, I looked up the Deliverance. Wow.
See, no one knows, James. No one knows what's going on. Not yourself. Even the people who made the movie don't know what's going on. IMDb don't know what's going on. Lee Daniels don't know what's going on. No one knows what's going on. They don't know what's going on with Burgess wigs.
Yes. The description on IMDb says an Indiana family discovered a strange demonic occurrence.
Okay, sure. Because Pittsburgh is Indiana. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, Indiana. What is going on?
So later on that night, for some godforsaken reason, Dre gets up. I guess he's in a trance, and he drinks an entire half gallon of milk frantically in one sitting.
Yes.
It's never explained. What does the milk mean?
No, it's not.
What is it? Because later on, what does the milk mean, James?
Yeah, I have no idea. Because he, like you said, he drinks it so much, it spills all over him.
It's disturbing. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's disturbing. It's like this little kid about to drown drinking all this milk.
Is the demon trying to kill him? Is he trying to kill him by lactose intolerance?
I don't know. And then he hears a noise outside and walk outside and sees a bloody crow on the ground and just looks at the crow.
He just stares at the crow.
He just stares at him.
It's like they just throw horror movie tropes in there with no explanation.
No explanation at all.
You don't need to break it down to us, but do it in a way that we get the gist of it. I don't know what's going on. This movie's all over the place totally. But
and then even so I don't understand why no one is really concerned about all the flies in the basement.
Yeah, Ebony just ignores it She just closes the
She
door.
ignores it. She ignores it. Like flies are like smoke.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when there's smoke, there's fire. When there's flies, it's probably something dead.
Especially flies
Something.
like horse flies. We're not talking about like fruit flies, you know.
Yes, like
Coming
something's
from one
dead,
very distinct area.
either dead or rotten or poop.
Yeah.
That's where flies come
Yeah.
from. You know, and it just.
Well, I think, her trauma had her literally afraid of the basement. So she just ignored it. Like this movie kind of reminds me of The Babadook. Have you ever seen that movie?
No, is that like a German monster?
I have no idea. I don't know. I watched
Maybe
it.
Russian.
I don't know. But The Babadook,
Babadook.
the execution is hilarious, but the message is good. It's literally about fighting your demons, and this what this movie is too. So the basement, traumatic things happen in the basement, and now she's avoided. She's not facing her demon; she's ignoring it. So that's why she's not going. But it's still like, you nasty. Like there's literally flies running all through your house, and you're not gonna go check it out. But she's scared. I give
That's
it to her.
healthy.
That's healthy.
Avoidance. Yeah, it should be called the avoidance, not the deliverance.
So yeah. So the next day, Nate and the kids are walking home, and so a bully throws like a stone at the back of Nate's head.
Yeah.
But somehow the front of his eye was bloody.
Yes. I noticed that too. They throw a stone on the back of this nigga's head and he come back with a black eye. What is going on?
Okay.
What is going on? And then Ebony comes down and just beats the mess out of the boy, crotch kick him.
And Shantae, when Ebony's going there, Shantae just says, she going to jail again. And I'm just like, this movie loves to tell us and not show us. Like, she's going to jail again. She says this. It's put out there, but it's never explained why she went to jail, what she did.
No, at all.
And it's like, if y'all going to include, like, verbally say this line instead of showing us, you might as well tell us why. Nope.
Exactly.
She going to jail again.
She going to jail again.
That's it. So.
That's it.
Yeah. And then, she beats little boy Jamir. Kicks him right in the crotch, calls his friends explicative names. And then she goes back to her porch and Berta, her mother, reprimands her. And this is another point when I realized this movie isn't very good because Ebony literally repeats the same line in different ways 3 different times. So you want to tell me how to handle my kids now? You of all people? Wonder where I learned that shit from, Mom. Because you set a great example, right? 3 separate times. And it's like, there is no subtlety in this movie. Like, she said essentially the same line. I remember watching, I was like, yo, she literally just said that. The first time I saw it, like, she just said that. We get it. Yeah, we get it.
We get it. We get it. And just the once again, it just cringe how the way she talks to her mother. I'm sorry.
She was like, why did you smell my breath in front of my kids? I haven't been drinking. I've knocked bitches' teeth out for less.
Like, what is going on?
She don't got no pics, yo.
Yo, man, like, what is going on?
I've knocked bitches' teeth out for less. I said, oh, she about it. I was like, yeah, she from Philly. She ain't black, but she from Philly.
Like, this is crazy. And she just, and Berta just takes it.
I know she feels guilt. She talk her shit back, but it's like,
yeah, she does.
Woof.
So, something else that makes no sense to me. Right. So, Alberta, she goes to room and you realize that she's bald. Her hair is falling out.
Her hair is failing.
And she puts a nice wig on and she walks to this hospital.
Hold on, wait. You forgot a key point. She puts on this terrible black wig at first. Both wigs are terrible. But she puts on this terrible, like, edgy 2007 Rihanna-esque wig on. She realizes that she looks like a fool and takes it off. And I'm just like, what are they trying to say with this moment? Are they trying to say she's tired of acting like she's black and finally embracing her natural blonde hair and looking like a white woman? What was that?
No idea. I missed the wig subtlety. But what I
there was no subtlety to that, James. There's no subtlety anywhere in this movie.
That is true. But what I missed, Mary, is what I didn't miss, is she walked into that chemotherapy center, the treatment center, and when she's walking up there, these black guys on the bench was like, "Come bring your sexy behind and sit here." And I was like, "Who are these niggas talking to? Who like what is like?" And then I'm like, okay, she looks pretty decent for her age. And then she sits down, laying down while she's getting chemotherapy with her shirt half
I'm
undone.
so tired
And
of Berta's push-up bra. I'm so
yo,
tired of
and then
that. She wore that same pink or purple push-up bra all movie. All movie.
And then Omar Epps comes up and saying, "Oh, you look sexy." Man, you know Glenn Close is 77 years old.
I'm like, are we gonna pretend that they're the same age?
Are we gonna pretend that she's not
Are
77
we gonna pretend they're the same? I
years
was
old?
like, this is the most forced romantic situation. Are we gonna pretend that in the real world he would actually be attracted to her? Like they're the same age. What?
Like, what is going
What?
on? I was offended. I was mad.
I don't understand
I'm
why he
like,
had to be in the movie at all. What purpose did he serve?
I don't know what purpose he served. He just needed to pay his bills. I get that.
Ain't he still on
I just don't.
house?
No, house is over.
Oh, he got house money. He got money from the wood, loving basketball. He didn't have to do this.
It's just,
Yeah. It's a scourge.
it just,
This movie is a scourge on Omar and Caleb's career. And even Monique. Like, they have no
I
natural
wouldn't say,
romantic chemistry.
I wouldn't say Monique, but there is no believability in any of that. The whole scene, her sitting up there, and even the girls hating on the side, they was like, "She better stop."
I was like, what in
What
the
is she
Tyler Perry is
doing?
going on?
Like seriously, what? Like this is so obvious. She's like, "You better shut your mouth." Like what?
Yeah. This is just
Nothing is.
it's like this movie, the director's just like, oh yeah, say that. Directed them like, yeah, say that. Oh, act mad. Oh, say this. It's like they could literally, the woman in the background, the two women in the background hating on Bertha, they can betray all of that with just a snide look. One look.
Exactly.
They didn't have to say exactly what was on their mind. Oh, she better stop doing way too much. I'm like, what? It's literally giving low budget BET movie.
It is.
But
it is.
One thing that had me cracking up, going back, there's a scene where Dre is sitting in the backyard on a swing set, and he essentially talking to the demon or whatever. Who knows? And Ebony comes out, and she's like, "Why tell you about talking to yourself?" And I'm like, "He can't talk to himself. Now get in the house." I was like, "How does talking to himself hurt anyone?"
No, you're right.
And then at one point,
you're right.
They Ebony, Shantae, and Berta, they had like this sort of hair train going on.
I couldn't, yo. I couldn't.
I'm just confused because I'm like, okay, Shantae already had braids. So were you like touching up her braids? Or did she take all the braids out and you're redoing them? Like she already had braids in the earlier scenes. And now you're putting more braids in her hair. So I guess she was touching up her braids. Ebony was getting to sew in, and they were all watching this older movie called Valley of the Dolls. They were quoting it. They knew it well. So I'm like, okay, let me try to look up this movie and see like what significance it has. Because of course they included it for a reason. Everyone's quoting this movie for a reason.
Yeah.
James, I have no idea why they include that scene in there. I have no idea. I looked up the Valley of the Dolls, and the only similarity with this movie is that a girl develops a drug problem. But I'm like, Ebony has a drinking problem. So that's even a stretch. Like there's, I'm like, when I watch movies, I think everything is intentional, but I'm learning that I am wrong.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't know how. I agree. I think like you said, we overestimate movies, and we think that because a director has a limited amount of time and a limited amount of budget, so to add stuff in a film should come with discernment and planning and telling your story as succinctly as possible, jamming stuff in, little nuances, little keys that you're hoping that some people will pick up. Like, especially nowadays, like you're hoping you make a movie and someone like picks up on like TikTok and talk about it. Like, oh, did you notice this?
The little
That's
Easter
what I think
eggs,
for like little Easter eggs. I think that's what directors are really going for, so people can start watch like the drive viewership. But like you said, just adding a random scene that gives no
They're
drive to
quoting.
the plot.
They're literally quoting the scene line by line, and it's like, okay, you watch this movie a lot, but what does the movie have to do with it? Maybe something I missed. I looked up the plot. I couldn't find anything.
Maybe like, yeah, I don't know. If it was a more popular movie, if they were like quoting Shrek,
yes,
or something like,
yes, that's a very
like
culturally
Will Smith,
significant movie.
yeah, like Will Smith in I Am Legend, right? He sits up and there's a whole scene where he quotes the whole Shrek versus Donkey thing, right?
Shrek versus
And that's
Donkey.
because like Shrek talking to Donkey.
Oh, when he said,
right?
In the morning, I'm making waffles.
I'm making waffles.
That's an
exactly,
iconic
right?
line, a very memorable line.
Yes, it is. And he was quoting it because he was living by himself. And it's obvious that like he was the last man on earth, he thought. And Shrek is the most popular movie at that time. So he probably watched it over and over and over again. So I don't know. I think, like you said, I think we give people too much credit.
We give Lee Daniels too much credit.
We do. And this nigga won an Oscar.
For what?
He won an Oscar for
Monsters Ball.
Monsters Ball with Halle Berry.
That's Halle Berry.
That's Halle Berry.
And,
that was her first Oscar.
And maybe he had other people. Did he direct the whole thing?
It was Halle Berry and I think it was a producer. Halle Berry and the dude, Billy Bob Thornton. Mm. Yeah, so he should know better. It's about 25 years ago.
Yes, to have Omar Epps literally say "Catch Me Outside."
Yeah, that was.
You had Omar Epps say "Catch Me Outside."
Catch Me Outside. How about that?
I wanted to turn the TV off, but I was like, you know what? We're going to keep going.
So what I also didn't understand, right? So Berta is informed that her bills are due, and she's like, "Oh, I'll call it Medicaid or whatever." And she was like, the reception was like, "Oh, I thought you knew that she was paying for it." So how can Ebony afford to pay for her mother's chemotherapy treatments, but she can't pay for her car note, and she can't pay to kill some flies, and she can't
to remove a cat from out the basement, a dead cat.
To remove a cat out the basement,
$60.
Yes, and she can't pay for a new phone. It just doesn't make any sense at all.
That's why I'm guessing that's why she can't pay for any of those things, because she's paying the medical bills. But what gets me is,
what is her job?
No, what gets me is the receptionist was like, she knows you like this clinic. And later on, the debt collector calls and said she owes $30,000. And I'm like, you are paying you're $30,000 in debt because your mom likes the clinic because Omar Epps works there. She can't go to another clinic. She can't switch clinics. It's not like she's saying, oh, the care is so good, or they have like, I don't know, they have innovative medical ideas and they're researching new ways to treat cancer. She literally go there because her nigga there. She can't switch clinics. What's the big deal? She can still go see him. She can still go see him, James. She can still just pull up.
Maybe she worried that if she don't go there, he got flirt with some other dying broad.
He should. Dying broad is wild. You go wherever the insurance takes you.
Exactly.
You go wherever they give you money.
Exactly. So then let's just fast forward a little bit, because this movie doesn't deserve this much time. So let's jump up to when Monique, right? So Monique's character, Cynthia, she is a DCS agent.
Officer.
And she is officer.
Yeah. So
and she is not playing any games.
So a DCS officer supervises adult felony offenders and juvenile offenders Yeah, they ensure that offenders abide by the terms of their parole or probation. They also make visits to supervised homes and communities to check in on their mental health, housing needs, and more. But you don't want to talk about the fight that Ebony and Nate get into.
Yeah, I guess we can touch on it.
So
We could touch on it.
the only thing that happens is we find out that Nate's been getting money from his father. His father's been sending him money orders. He cashed them. He hides his money because he's using it to, to get out of there. He wants to move away from Ebony and everyone. And he also hides her Absolute vodka. So, he says to his mom, "Where's my fucking money, Mom?" She slaps the spit out his mouth. They get into a tussle, and in the heat of the moment, trying to intervene, Dre gets injured too. Like, he trips over a bat that Ebony had because she thought someone was in the house. She thought someone was in the basement. Didn't investigate it. She just hollowed down a threat and closed the door.
Yeah, which is weird. It's like, your children are in the house. You're never gonna call the cops.
Yo, she didn't do anything. She just said, "I'll fuck you up," and close the door. Like, so yeah, little greedy ass Nate intervenes. He's probably down there trying to get more milk or whatever, and then he trips over the bat, and a whole microwave falls on top of him.
Oh, is that what that was? I thought it was just some dishes. That was a microwave.
It was the whole microwave oven just fell.
Okay, I was trying to figure out.
Bloated,
I was trying to
lactose milk filled belly.
I was trying to figure out how is he hurt that much because it didn't feel like I didn't notice that like he actually got hurt by something. I'm like, oh, something fell on him. Okay, but I didn't know it was a whole microwave.
Yeah, it fell on him. So this is why when the DCS officer Cynthia, played by Monique, comes, she noticed that Nate has a bruise on his face and what's his name? Dre is hunched over, and we know what those came from. But Shantae has marks on her arms, and we don't know where that came from. It's never explained because we did not see Ebony hit Shantae. So I don't know. Did the demon do it? Who knows, James? No one knows.
Who knows? She just had like bruises on the arm, but she's like, I don't know where they came from. One knows. Like, no one knows.
And my thing is that once again, this movie just saying stuff instead of just letting us see it. They say it. So before Cynthia, the DCS officer's in her car, and she says to herself, "No one else is in the car, James." She's talking to herself.
I know.
She says, "I got you now, Ebony Jackson. Let's see what excuse you come up with today."
What's the point of saying any of that?
I'm tired of these. I'm talking directly to the audience moments. Like, we can figure out that she's a social worker without this line.
No, I agree. You know what it reminds me of? So an example where this happened well, this went like introduction of a child protective services person well is Lilo and Stitch.
Of course, Mr. Bubbles.
Mr. Bubbles. When Mr. Bubbles come up and you don't know what's going on, and he's like, "I'm here with Department Services or whatever, Child Services," and then you like, "Oh crap, it's legit." You know what I mean?
That's all she was 18 years old, and she was doing such a better job than Ebony.
She really was. She really was. She really was. You know. So I got a question. I didn't understand why Cynthia instantly didn't like Berta. Just Berta was giving her dirty looks. Cynthia, they were beefing from the get,
immediately.
Like, immediately, just beef. And I don't understand because Berta knows her daughter ain't ish, and her daughter beat them kids. So, like, what do you want from Cynthia? Like, your daughter's a menace. Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. And the thing that's just one thing that was actually funny. Before Cynthia came, they found the dead cat in the basement. We don't know where the cat came from. We don't know if it got in there, if it's a previous owner. We have no idea. No one knows.
No idea.
And then there's like an Asian, I guess, sanitation worker, or maybe I don't know who he is, but he gets the cat. And then why Ebony gonna say, why don't you take that cat home and fry it up with some soy sauce?
Just so unnecessary.
And Nate was like, "Mom, chill." And I was like, "Right, she drawling."
Like she is drawling. Like,
oh my goodness.
after
Pineapple
after all
sauce. I
that,
was like, yeah, she's from Philly. That's a very Philly
she from
thing to say.
Philly, yo.
Like,
It is. It is, yo. Just disrespectful, man. She's disrespectful to everybody.
and once again, I have in my notes here, it's like the kid's father willingly went to Iraq, or is he serving? Why Iraq? What is he doing there? Never explained.
Never
No one
explained.
knows. No one knows. Because I'm just like, you're struggling so much as a single mother, but why are you a single mother? What's going on?
Yeah. No, it's pretty it's pretty clear they had no idea what was going on.
But what's
the writers, the directors, no.
but yeah, but Monique did make me laugh. Like you said, when Bertha was staring at her, Monique just looked at her like you feeling froggy leap. How the way she like kind of leaned back and fixed her face all crazy. I was like, that's hilarious. Someone would look like Monique, that in real life.
Yes, I think Monique did really well in this movie.
She did her best.
I think
for what she was given, she did her best.
For what she did her best, right? And she was like, when she was walking out, like, "I see you later, you and your cockeyed brother." Just the insults in this movie, yo, were just hilarious.
It's literally like, so brazen, not filtered at all. They say whatever the hell they want.
You and your cockeyed brother.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, so it's Shantae's birthday party. And one thing that I think is so funny and accurate is that Black people are always having adult parties under the guise of like a baby shower or a kid's party.
Yeah.
Why are grown people at this kid's party?
No idea. And did you notice that Ebony also had birthday girl crown?
Yeah, she was wearing it. She was wearing it.
She was wearing it.
Which is very accurate because niggas always do that.
So you know what pissed me off? You know what really pissed me off? Which is one of the biggest red flags of this movie, right? In the beginning of that birthday scene where they're singing happy birthday to
Shantae.
Ebony is singing, and she's singing off key. Mary, this is such a missed opportunity. It is such a travesty to have Andra Day, like we said, to rise up singing, let every voices sing in front of the Super Bowl. Like, if you guys look up the Little Desk episode,
Tiny Desk
on YouTube, Tiny Desk, yeah, look up Tiny Desk
NPR's
on YouTube.
Tiny Desk series.
Yes, and she kills it. She kills it. She has a phenomenal voice. But the directors was like, nah, we don't want you to show you have any good attributes at all. Don't sing. Don't sing.
Well, you know, I thought you were going to say it was a travesty that they sung that happy birthday and not the happy birthday to you.
Well, she was raised by a white woman, so I'm not surprised. But I'm just, it doesn't make sense, Mary. But they had Omar Epps singing
karaoke,
serenading a 77-year-old Mary with cancer that he knows got cancer. He treating her for cancer. He's singing to her.
I just
talk about, baby, I love you. What is going on?
He said, "Oh, your sexy grandmother." I said, "This is so unbelievable.
This is so
I know.
unbelievable."
Listen, like I don't like to talk about, listen. Okay, Glenn Close. In this movie, she looks a hot ass mess, okay? Because she's a white woman who, with the she down with the brown. So, of course, she looks ridiculous. I know with some movies, you have to suspend our disbelief. In this movie, she's not supposed to be attractive. Like, I just, come on. She got on, her eyebrows were going away. The cancer took her eyebrows. She has on these pencil-thin brows, terrible wigs, wearing clothes that she's way too old for. Even in the context of this movie, she should not be seen as sexy. She should be seen as, you are ridiculous. Why are you dressing like this? What's going on? Do you know you're white? Do you know you're literally old as hell? But, it's like saying, oh, you're sexy grandmother. And it's like, this is, okay. Okay.
This is where we're at.
There's a pot. There's a lid for every pot, I'm guessing. So there are some dudes, maybe in real life, who will look at her and say, sexy. And we think, trashy. But, whatever. But
to each his own.
You're right. It's like, I didn't necessarily expect her to sing. I don't think she needs to sing, just because she is Andra Day. But you're right. I feel like the only reason why she isn't singing is because, she's not supposed to have any desirable characteristics. And that's the only reason. And if that's the only reason, that's really freaking stupid. Because where's her dimensionality as a person?
Yes.
But
There's none.
yeah.
There's none. But I just don't know how Omar Epps goes from falling in love with Sanaa Layton to falling in love with a 77-year-old Glenn Close. Just
I just don't
it
understand.
doesn't make
And
sense.
like literally,
But
and I'm thinking she's singing off key. I'm like, maybe she's a little drunk already. Maybe she's a
man,
little
there's
drunk.
just I was upset.
Yeah, I get you. It's how I feel during The Color Purple. I felt like we have so many people here with amazing voices, and I don't feel like it was utilized enough. Like this is the most unmusical musical I've ever seen. But yeah,
So during this birthday party, right? They're going up there dancing, and then eventually she sends Dre up to this room. So then later on, she walks up and she hears banging in the basement, and she opens the basement door, and her 7 or 8 year old son is banging his head against the back of the basement door, bruised. She sits him down.
he's obviously gone. Like he's obviously
he's
not present. Like his eyes are glazed over. Like there's something wrong. There's something very wrong.
There's obviously something extremely wrong. And she said, who were you talking to? He said, I was talking to Trey, who lives in the hole in the basement and sometimes in my closet. And she just takes him and puts him to bed. Mm-hmm. Mary, what is this?
If you tell me there is a person in the basement talking to my child, maybe that's just like the extent of her trauma. She's like, no, we ignored the basement. The basement's a bad place. But yeah, come on, girl. Have someone go down there.
Like, and then just not that, but the baby got a concussion.
Yeah, he was banging his
head. You got to put him to sleep.
Yeah, you put him to sleep, right. You don't know how he was banging his head probably 10 minutes. He's not going to
wake back up.
Maybe she don't want him
to. She's just like, yo, you go to sleep long term.
Oh my goodness.
Like, the baby got a concussion.
But I also feel like her party guest was tripping. Remember that that drag queen was there, and she was like, oh, you stole your natural black ass tonight. And it's like she was just dancing. Like y'all act like she was like swinging topless from chandeliers. Like she wasn't acting that crazy to me. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but even the insults. She said, "You stinking,
you stink coochie." Yeah, I'm like, are they? Yeah. I was like, are they kidding or are they serious? Because I know some people talk to their friends like that and they be kidding. I couldn't tell. But I didn't know.
Some people, as in you.
Yeah.
Like it is all crazy, right? And then later on, right? So she's passed out drunk on her bed, and she just hears some banging, and she's like, "What's going on?" She gets up. She gets up and walks in her kids' room, and we just hear Berta talking to Omar. That nigga don't deserve a fake name. He's talking to Omar, right? And he's about to leave, and they're like, Grandma, help. Berta, help. So then Berta runs upstairs. And this scene is the most confusing scene in the whole movie, Mary.
They say obvious things. Like, oh, she going to jail again. Oh, let's see what excuse you have to date Ebony Jackson. But they don't explain what the hell happened in this scene. Even the kids don't know what happened.
So she walks in. There's a bat on the ground, right? The wall has a hole in it. The wall that they painted has a hole in it. The kids are cowering on the other side of the room, and they refuse to say anything until Dre is like, she threw us against the wall. And my logic is, she threw all three of you against the far, like, north wall when you guys are hiding in the southeast corner. And you guys like, but what about the bat with the dust on it? What is going on?
So,
like,
yeah, so like I said, y'all didn't think it'd be interesting to actually show us what happened. Y'all didn't like exactly. And Shantae said, I woke up on the floor and Mom was yelling. I'm like, okay, why was she on the floor? I was so confused at first, and I was like, did Ebony throw her while she was sleeping? Like, why couldn't y'all show us the scene? So Alberta asks Nate what happened. He says he don't know. And I'm like, no one knows what's going on. No one, like, what do you mean you don't fucking know? But then Dre says so what I'm thinking is she drew them against the wall in an attempt to hit them with the bat. And she missed and she hit the wall. She hit the wall with the bat. And that's why the plaster, of the wall is gone. And that's why the kids are huddled in the corner. I think she tried to hit them with the bat when they were standing against the wall. So she may have grabbed them out of bed, threw them against the wall, lined them up, and tried to hit them. Who freaking knows? But my only thing is, why weren't we shown this?
Yeah.
And my thing, Nate's saying he doesn't know what happened, and I'm like, how don't you know what's happened? And like Shantae saying, I was on the floor and mom was screaming. How'd you get on the floor and not wake up?
None of it. 0% of it.
I feel like I'm a detective trying to figure out something that I should not have to do because this is a movie. I'm not playing Clue.
Yeah. Is it not playing Clue? But hey, they gotta tell you she's an alcoholic.
Yeah, like even though we see her drinking every 5 minutes, she's an alcoholic. She's been an alcoholic for 3 years, and now she's drinking Patron. Now she's drinking vodka. Now she's drinking tequila. And did you know you're watching The Deliverance? Like,
did you know this is a Netflix film? Like, did you know Glenn Close is sexy?
And all Berta does is just tells Ebony to get out of there. And it's like, if you suspect that your children are nearly beaten to a pulp by a bat, then why don't you call the DCS officer? But you know what?
I don't know. On the contrary, when she comes back, she chases her out with the same bat herself.
Oh my God. Coming down this when Cynthia comes back, here come Berta coming down the stairs looking like Nosferatu with a bat. And like,
who?
Nosferatu, Google that.
I don't know how to spell that.
It's NOS. Let me see. He was on an episode of SpongeBob. NOSFERATU.
I see it.
Looking like Nosferatu. She looked just like that.
She did look like just like that, dude. The tall, like vampire-ish,
with the pointed teeth and the bald head. She looks like Nosferatu. And my thing is, threatening the DCS officer is going to get your kids taken away quicker. I don't know what the logic was with that. Like,
I don't know either. She could easily say, I came in to check on them, and their mother, like the grandmother, chased me out the house with a bat. And then that's it. That's it. They get arrested.
And she went outside with it. Everyone saw it.
Everybody saw it. And then she went up and she hit the other lady who's been tracking them, which we'll get into soon, car with the bat.
Yeah. I just, yeah. And it was also just one scene after Ebony had her little, I don't know if it was possession. I don't know if she was sleepwalking, because remember, before she woke up, she had a dream about her abuser.
Yeah.
He came into the room and I think that was went like shh or something like that.
I think that was the other night.
I thought it was the same night. Oh yeah, that was the night where Dre got attacked by a microwave. But even in the next scene, like, she's pulling the plaster out of her weave and she's like, I'm taking this out. And I'm like, Lee, the audience is mainly Black. You don't need this line to explain to us why Ebony's hair is different later. We understand as Black people that we change our hair often. Like, you just could have showed us with different hair. We'd be like, oh, she took her weave out.
The audience isn't necessarily Black. This isn't Tyler Perry. This is Netflix.
But this is a Black movie. Mostly, I don't see white people watching this film. I feel like they're turning to be like, oh, this Black stuff don't got to do with me, and go watch Grey's Anatomy or something.
Yeah.
But the next day, Nate's in class laughing about AIDS.
So why are they talking about AIDS, Mary?
I thought the same. I was like,
and they were going in. They was like, yeah, most people who die from AIDS is Black. My daddy is Black and he had
totally
AIDS,
this movie has no idea what it wants to be. I'm like, this seems so preachy and just out of place and weird. What are we watching? Are we watching the documentary about the AIDS epidemic? What are we watching?
Exactly, right? He just goes up against the Joker syndrome where he can't stop his laugh and he just laughing hysterically. And then he just gets up, and I thought he was going to punch the teacher, but I guess he didn't. What did he do? He just kept laughing.
But my thing is about this scene, was that supposed to be serious? Like, was I not supposed to also laugh when a teacher yells in his face, "My brother died from it," because you're screaming at this kid. They didn't want to touch him. He died in the street. I laughed too. I was like, this could easily, with the right camera angles, this could be a comedically awkward scene from The Office. Yes, like if y'all switch to shaky cam and change the music, this could be a scene from The Office. Like I can see Michael Scott laughing at this. Like
I was laughing. James Bullock was laughing. I was dying at this. Like it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous show.
You gonna talk about ridiculous. This nigga
and then Dre just gets up and he's like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And then he just gets up, pulls out his pants, and poops right there. And the teacher's like, "Dre, stop!" After he already pooped to the ground, Dre, stop. That's not an aggressive enough
Snatch
response.
That nigga up. You are defecating on the classroom floor. Saying Dre stop is not enough. Snatch him up.
Snatch him up. And then he picks up the poop.
He picks up the
poop. He throws the poop at her,
right
yo.
in her open-mouthed face. James, I was about to turn that TV off. We not doing this. James, me and GQ were just like, what the is this movie? What is going on? What is this man threw his own poop at his teacher? And we supposed to take this seriously?
Is this seriously? Not a comedy? Who writes this? And then, which is the most bizarre, probably like bizarre, and I'll explain why, that Shantae gets up while playing music, playing an instrument.
She's not playing an instrument. She's singing. She's singing on the choir.
She's singing on the choir. She goes down, touches her choir director, whispers something in his ear. She turns around, and she just has, I guess, just blood running down her leg.
She's hemorrhaging.
Is that what it is? Hemorrhaging?
Bleeding on the inside, yeah. Because my thing is, you have to, if it's her period, you have to have an aggressive flow for blood to be going down your leg like that in streams. Or you have to have a very aggressive flow. And a lot of times, I may be going way off the rails, but yeah, that she's hemorrhaging. That's not like her period started.
That's not normal. Okay. Because I was just looking at these things aren't really equivalent. You know, like a kid laughing at AIDS, yes. Okay.
But like, a girl having a serious medical condition where she's hemorrhaging, that's not a behavioral issue.
No, it's not. That is.
Besides the kid's throwing shit at his teacher. And then later we found out he ate it, James. We found out he ate it.
He ate it.
And Ebony just says it. You know, she just said, it's like, we didn't know this. What?
We didn't know it.
James, I was so
close. We didn't know it.
To turning this movie off and texting Adana and be like, we are no longer friends. Because how dare you?
How you gonna call her out like that?
She needs to know. How dare you, Adana?
It's pretty terrible. I forget who recommended me to watch this movie. Someone did. Someone recently, like, oh, you should do Deliverance.
So so they call Ebony. The teachers call Ebony. And we finally learned Ebony works at a barbershop, I guess. I'm like, okay, so I guess painting is just a one-time hobby that we never see or do or mention ever again. All right, it happens. So, and tell me, do you remember when Shantae was on the examination table? You know,
they did like a rib kit on her.
Which makes sense. It does make sense because, you know, if for her to be bleeding, like, it does make sense. I think that's a logical explanation. But my thing is, this movie is so ridiculous. Tell me you did not expect the doctor's hand to get caught in there like teeth. You ever seen the movie Teeth?
No, I've never seen the movie.
This movie is so ridiculous. I fully expected them to say, "There's teeth," or like her hand, the doctor's cotton swab gets stuck in there. She can't take it off. I fully expected it. How ridiculous. Oh, you had a child eating his own poop and threw it at the teacher like a park ape. Like, yes, I expected him to find teeth there. So I guess kudos to Lee Daniels for not being that ridiculous, but
it's pretty ridiculous already.
Yeah, I was like, listen.
And the thing is, we're not even at the most ridiculous part.
I think what's more ridiculous than that?
So
I guess we'll talk about it later, but I'm just like, this movie's so stupid. I fully expected her doctor's arm to get caught in there, like. And one thing that was kind of weird, I don't know, I'm not a psychiatrist, but Dre is being evaluated. And I'm like, isn't the Rorschach test like ink blots, not like actual like images?
it's supposed to be, because they showed him an apple, and what do you see? He could have just had an apple. Like I don't understand what they expected a 7-year-old to give abstract thought to exactly what you show him.
Well, it's not
Like,
abstract thought. It's I guess it's like what comes to mind, because we saw the crow. He said Trey. What I'm very confused about, I'm like, okay, we saw him staring at the dead crow. He's Trey. Did Trey kill the crow? Did the demon who's pretending to kill Trey kill the crow? Did he kill the cat? Why does that matter? What does the crow have anything to do with the?
Yeah, how did a cat and a crow die? Is Trey the crow? Like,
why did he equate Trey to the crow? Like, are the dead animals in the story representative of the family? If it is, it's not a good representation, because I don't. It's like they just throw in horror movie tropes. Like, think about Get Out.
there.
In the beginning of Get Out, they hit a deer, and that deer made logical sense in the frame of the film. Like, here's like this innocent animal just crossing the street. He doesn't know what he's getting into, and he gets hit by a car, and like, it's kind of showing him, he stares at it for a while, and it's like, okay, you become kind of like this animal who's hunted like deer so often are later on in the film.
Yeah.
The crow and the cat, what is it, just showing that things will die in this house, that there's death in this house? And why is the demon, why is Trey the crow? Why would he make that association?
Oh, I don't know.
They don't know either, James. That's the thing.
Don't know. Yeah, it's exhausting.
Where's the remote? That's what I was thinking most of this movie.
It's where the remote.
I was like, where's the remote?
Where's the remote?
But another thing that happens, after the kids have all their tests done, the nurse or doctor, I don't know, is explaining the test results, and she keeps looking at Alberta instead of Ebony. And it's like, okay, I believe that Lee was trying to show how Black women are often so ignored, like in medical offices. We're told to calm down. It's not that big of a deal. And then we end up dying and stuff.
Yes.
Once again, this movie can use a heaping dose of subtlety. It's like the director was standing there to the actress being like, the actress playing the nurse being like, okay, look at Alberta again. Okay, keep doing that for the next 3 minutes. Like, literally, it was just, it could have just been one stern look. Yeah. One share look between the two of them. But every 2 seconds, her eyes just darting back to the birder. And it's like, we get it. You guys are hitting us over the head with this. Like,
yes.
And at this point, that's when I peeped the terrible blonde baby hair on Butter's wig. Fix it, Lord. Fix it, Lord. Fix it, Lord. I had to self-soothe when I saw that baby hair, James. I was not okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, so what gets me is she was asking all these things like, tell me what's wrong with my kids, tell me what's wrong with my kids. And the doctor looks at him and was like, I saw the bruises. I want to talk about that. And then the scene ends, Mary. and nothing happens. Nothing happens. She still goes home.
These types of things.
Yeah, she still goes home with those kids after those abuses, and the one little boy just chucked this crap across the room at his teacher,
and ate it.
That's okay.
And ate it,
and that's okay. You just let that go.
Honestly, what if I feel like after everything Dre went through, by the time he get back to normal, I wouldn't want him no more. You was acting too weird. No, go to Iraq and live with your daddy. I don't want you no more.
Dre is traumatized for life.
I'm traumatized by Dre.
Yes. So
yeah, you're right. It's like no one does anything about it.
Yeah, no one does anything about it at all. All right, I think only people who even cares about any of these kids is Cynthia. Like, just point blank.
But it's so funny because once they leave the doctor office, Berta asks her, she was like, pretty much, where did the bruises come from? I know you beat them kids. And Ebony was like, if you wasn't old and sick, I'd lay you the fuck out right now. You said you're going to lay out your mom. And she might be like, cuss out, but I meant lay you on the ground. That's what it sounded like to me. And then she said something that Berta needed to hear. She said,
yeah, I know what you're about to say.
Cook your collard greens, play Stevie Wonder, and all these black men, but you just like every other white out here. Down with niggas until it's really time to be down with niggas.
So, she said that. And I believe that that's something Berta needed to hear.
Absolutely.
But I don't think that was the time she needed to hear it.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense.
Of
I
course,
think the
Ebony
timing
doesn't
of
have,
that.
poise or like good timing. You know what I mean? Like, no.
Yeah, she could have said that like I don't know, but basically it just being down with niggas when she said that. I feel like Alberta didn't really need to defend her daughter. I don't know. It's weird. Just the way she said it. Like I didn't really feel like she needed that much defense from the doctor, knowing that her daughter is in the wrong, knowing that she abused her.
Yeah, but the thing is, I get you. I get you. From Alberta's point, it's like you abuse these kids. What do you mean? What's wrong with them? We know what's wrong with them. You're abusing them. But Ebony has no recollection of doing this, and she swears she didn't do it. And we don't know if she did it either, James. We don't know. We don't know because they didn't show us what happened in that room, and we don't know how those marks got on Shantae's arm. We saw the incident with Nate. He deserved to get smacked. And what happened to Dre, but we never see her. Oh, well, she did slap Dre in the mouth. But it's like, we don't know what happened either. We don't know.
So that's the thing, right? Even if I don't know, she beat those kids though. I don't know what happened in the room, but those kids get beat. That's all I know.
They
get beat. From what we've seen, not in the room, but what we've seen, she beats them.
Oh, yeah. Before she start acting all weird and Trey or whatever takes over.
She beats them normally,
Yeah, but yeah, that is true. But it's not like she beats him for a reason. Like she spanks them. Like she's not being like, I'm just beating you because I had a bad day and I'm drunk. It's like I'm beating you because it's a punishment with the way she beats them. She's not just doing it for the love of it. So I get Alberta's side and I get Ebony's side. And I do get Ebony feeling like, because like I said, black women are so often ignored when it comes to like, hospitals and how the way they treat us. But like
I know,
you said, if you have bruises, it is like, what are you talking about? These kids have bruises. Like, what are you saying?
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I think it missed the mark, because if this was truly injustice and Alberta didn't stand up for her, then that line is appropriate. But in my opinion, she was in the wrong. It wasn't. Yeah. She was in the wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
She was in the wrong. So let's fast forward a little bit, right? So Cynthia, she comes back. So she
wait, you forgot about us. So later that night, what happens between Dre and Nate?
That was that night? Oh, that was that night. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So I guess Ebony is washing out the crap in Dre's hair, and she
the main choice. I correct it.
Yeah, main choice. What's
that brand of shampoo? It's like the main choice. It's like a horse on it. Google it. You'll know the bottle. The main choice, like mane, like a horse's mane.
So she's washing his hair, and she walks away for whatever reason.
Because the phone's ringing.
Oh, the phone
and that's
rings.
The debt collector saying she owes over $30,000, and I'm just screaming at the TV, switch clinics. Why? Switch clinics. Switch clinics. I don't
understand. So her mom, is this also the time that her mom is hanging up the I forget, the crucifix, right? She's hanging up the crucifix, and she complains about the crucifix being up, and her mom's basically like, you could leave that up there. Right. So then she goes upstairs because Dre calls for her.
Dre calls her so casually. You think it's no big deal. Not like, his own brother's trying to drown him in the bathtub.
Drown him in the bathtub. And I know nigga's strong too. He is strong. Just holding him under. Like,
listen, honestly, how the way Dre been acting, I wanted him to stay down there. I was like, go on, Nate. Go on, Nate.
Go, Nate. And it took her everything to pull him off of him. And then what got me though, Mary? The little boy almost drowned. He got up. He didn't cough at all.
No.
He didn't cough. He didn't
No. He
gag.
didn't.
He just sat there
And
quiet.
looked menacingly at the camera.
And so I'm like, this, like he didn't like what? He didn't cough at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just crazy. Make it make sense.
All right, now we can fast forward to the Cynthia visit.
So then Cynthia pops in the next morning and she's like, I gotta go see your kids. Ebony tries to get an excuse. And then at one point, Ebony's like, you don't understand. You're just trying to take away these kids from a black woman because you think she had way too many kids.
She's like, you're
You would
judging
know if you
me.
had
I'm just another black woman to you who had way too many kids. Like, well, she said that
like
about
black.
the nurse. Yeah. And she's like, she just feels like she's being judged, you know?
She's like, black woman to black woman. I, if you had kids, you known.
Mhm.
And Cynthia's like, I had a son. And she basically told a story of how he died. She was basically doing something. He was playing in the street. He got hit by a car because she stopped looking at. She stopped looking, watching him for like half a second, and he got hit by a car, and he was dead at like 6 or 7, right? And I felt like Cynthia's backstory was the only thing that I was like, okay, that makes sense. You know, like
Yeah.
it was the only thing that's like, okay, it makes sense why she's so passionate, why she doesn't trust Ebony, because in her mind, she probably think I'm a heck of a lot better mother than this hoe, and her kids are alive, you know. And
She said that's why she doesn't respect people who take their children for granted.
Yeah, she said it turns her stomach.
Yeah, but
It turns her stomach.
and one thing about this scene, I think Andre did a good job with this scene when she first opens the door. Well, when she first noticed Cynthia's at the door, her depiction of like Ebony is very believable. You know, she looks absolutely drained and panicked. Like her eyes are darting all over the place. She has a pleading look on her face. She's just like, please get. And I was like, okay, this is the most believable I've seen Andre's depiction. I was like, okay, it's not the actress, it's the script. But and also with the script, it's like Monique tried her hardest to make the moment where she reveals that she has a child who died to make it a tear-joking moment, but I just didn't feel it. You know, they did too much. They went to shaky cam. This jarring transition to shaky cam, and you know, she stuttered when she spoke, but I'm like, this feels very forced. You ever see like I don't know, people who are in trouble when they try to like force themselves to cry, but it's so unbelievable.
Crocodile tears.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And it's also like, it's like, okay, maybe if she wasn't talking to Ebony, I would feel more sympathy towards her. But it's like, compared to what Ebony is going through, where you literally saw your son try to kill your other son. They are walling out at school. You about to get your kids taken away. Father's nowhere to be around. It's like, I can't really have sympathy for you when I look at Ebony, and I'm like, she's clearly distraught. She literally said to Cynthia, she said, Andre was in that closet talking some language I've never heard before. And he said this little boy told him to kill himself. Once again, we never see this scene. We did not see the scene that she's referring to. I was like, when did this happen? When did this
happen?
And Cynthia's response was, Ebony, I'm tired of your bullshit. And it's like, what? This woman is visibly at her wit's end, saying her son is having suicidal auditory and visual hallucinations, and you say that. Like, I know she's tired of excuses. You want to see the kids, but I'm like, that was very cold. Like, I think if someone is telling you that their kid is threatening to kill themselves, you should be like, tell me more about that. Let's figure out what's going on. But and that's when Nosferatu comes down with a bat and runs her out the house, and I'm like, and then we finally see the prophet, which is a woman whose name is never said into the last 5 seconds of the movie. But I'll talk about that later.
Bernice.
Do you remember her saying her name at first?
No, I don't. She's like, I'm a reverend, I'm a prophet.
Dog.
You know, and the whole thing was just dumb.
They don't say her name until she dies.
But just the whole premise of her, like, she was like, oh, God sends me where I need to be. And she's just following them and aggressively following them throughout the movie. And then she finally pops up on Ebony. And these niggas meet at McDonald's, Mary.
But one thing that was so freaking stupid. It was one thing I noticed. I want to see once again. I may be reading too much into things, but I'm like, if people are showing me very deliberate things, I believe it's for a reason. But at one point, Berta goes talk to her pastor, Tasha. Don't know what her name is in the movie, and she's talking to her pastor, and
Oh yeah,
you see this painting of the wall of Black Jesus, and he's holding a Bible open, and inside the Bible, the scripture that says, where is it? Whatsoever you did to the least of my sisters and brothers, you did to me.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that means? Like, why do you think that text was there with Alberta? Whatsoever you did to the least of my sisters and brothers, you did to me.
Yeah. Yeah. The scripture is supposed to mean that, like, you can't say you love God but hate people. Right? At least that's my description of it, right? It's like,
I
if you really
gotcha.
love God, you can't hate people. But I have no idea what it meant in the context of that film. Like, or what that area.
Yes, it's like if you're so I'm thinking, okay, I was like, maybe Berta sees this to represent kind of like how of a piss poor mother she's been to Ebony. Maybe it's like, okay, what you did to the least of my brothers and sisters. So it's like, we know Ebony is a hot mess, but because you mistreated her, you still are mistreating me.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's, Ebony's treatment of her mother. It's like, listen, like, I know she's been a piss poor mother, but that's still my child. And if you treat her badly, you treat me badly. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But yes, that whole scene with the prophet, who we don't know her name to the last 5 seconds of the movie, more things is being said. So Ebony, even though, her son almost choked out her other son, she's at the bar drinking it out with friends, having a good time.
It makes no sense.
She leaves the bar. She might be trying to drink her pain away, but I'm like, she doesn't seem like this much pain. But anyway, she leaves the bar and the prophet is outside. And pretty much Ebony, she makes a rhetorical question. She says, "Oh, what you think I'm beating my kids at the bar?" And then she walks away because, she thinks the prophet is with DCS. And she says, "I know you don't have your kids at the bar, Ebony." And then Ebony turns around and looks like she's surprised when she says it. And I'm like, this is a rhetorical question. You thought I was beating my kids at the bar? That was sarcastic. So why would she need to clarify, I know you don't have your kids at the bar? And then Ebony turned around and looked at her like she said something profound. It's just, who wrote this script? Come to my office right now and explain yourself. And then they go to McDonald's. And I'm like, how old is this McDonald's? Because this is before McDonald's tries to be a cafe and gets all brown and sophisticated. This is like, we still have them big ass arches outside. There's still a little area for the kids to play with. That's an OG McDonald's. That's a McDonald's I want to find again.
No, it just, and then she goes and she tells a story about the family who used to live in the house.
Janelle and Eamon. And I'm like, we don't know their last names. That'll be so much easier if you knew their last names and call them like, oh, these are the Lawrences or the Griffins. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, they're in the house and then the weird stuff start happening too. And
this whole scene was a freaking mess.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, so they said that 20 years ago, this family moved from Memphis to their home in Pittsburgh, where Ebony and her family lives now in 93. And it's just like, we see the couple's name is Jamel and Eamon. They have like 2 kids, I think. And it's like, they're sitting on the couch and Janelle has these huge door knocker bamboo earrings in. And I'm like, it's like the scream at us. See, it's the 90s. You see the door knocker earrings? And she's dressed literally like me going to a 90s party. Like if I went on Amazon and Googled 90s party outfit, that would come up. I was like, what's going on? Like I said, no subtlety. But yeah, and while this is happening, Alberta's at the house. She's sitting in the bed like Tiffany New York Pollard, fully dressed. And then the phone rings. She answers. No one says anything. She hangs up. And then she hears this grown man voice says, "Hey, Alberta." You remember that?
I don't
This is
remember
right
that.
before she get out of there. But yeah, so going back to the Memphis couple, it's just so the Memphis couple son is possessed, the son Trey. And once again, it's not explained what happened to him. All the prophet says is, I lost the boy. And Ebony's like, what do you mean you lost him? And she was like, I don't know what happened in the house after that. And I'm like, why doesn't anyone know what's happening, what's important? How the hell did he
Yeah.
die?
How did he
Weren't
die?
you right there? If you lost him, you were trying to help exercise. No, not exercise. I'm sorry. Not exercise. You was trying to help. You performing the deliverance on him. Because, I don't do exorcisms. I don't need no intercessor. Jesus is my intercessor. And that's absolutely correct. But it's an exorcism.
It's an exorcism. I don't know.
You were right there. How do you don't know what happened to him?
I don't know. And she said, I lost a son. I thought that she meant he just died. You think that he just ran away?
I have no idea, James. What do you mean? How did he die? What happened? And she don't explain it. You were right there. And so I guess she left the house, and this is literally. I'm gonna let you talk about this next scene. What happens with Janelle and Eamon?
So after the son is dead, right? Janelle and Eamon are laying in bed, and she gets up and just passionately, with a hatchet, chops her husband's head off. And then she looks around crying and saying, where's his head? After she kind of came to, she's like, oh my God, where is his head? Which is a weird thing
to say. It's a really stupid thing to say. She said, what did I do to your head? Who wrote this script?
Who wrote it? Where's your head?
Why is this line necessary? We already know that she doesn't remember killing her husband, that she wasn't in control of her actions. And then she picks up, she picks up the head like she's palming a basketball. She's gripping the head with her fingertips like this. Make a C. That's how she picked up the head, by his hairline. And I'm like, how is she holding his entire 10-pound head with the tips of her fingers?
The tips of her fingers. So she's looking at the head. And then a little girl came in.
Her daughter comes in.
And her daughter comes in and looks at the room, and she just screams and chases down her daughter with a hatchet. She just screams
like, okay, it's time to be crazy again. And it's like, it's literally like the director sitting in the room. He's like, okay. You need to verbally express that you were in a trance and you didn't know what was going on and you didn't know that you killed your husband. Okay, when your daughter comes, you need to verbally express that, okay, now you're crazy now again. You're possessed now again. So she yells like, ah, and just chases her out the room.
But the thing is, she chases her down with a hatchet, but the daughter dies with strangulation.
She dies of strangulation.
What's the point of the hatchet?
I think they
at that point it just slows you down.
Yes, you already have the hatchet. You already killed your. Wow, do you know how long it takes to strangle someone? How much effort it takes to strangle someone? And I'm like, how much? You're literally doing this just to give the demon some sort of weird killing MO, because we know he strangles Berta later, and then he tries to strangle Ebony later. But it's like she has a hatchet.
Hatchet. Use it.
You have an axe.
It just makes no sense. It makes no sense, and this has come to a point where we're questioning how this woman should have murdered her daughter. That's how bad this movie has gotten. Right? So after all this story, right, which another part that just baffles me, after all this story, Ebony doesn't believe any of it.
No.
She don't believe it. And then she was like, what's the boy's name? And the girl was like, Trey. And she still didn't believe it. She was like, my son has an imaginary friend named Trey. They ain't your son. That's the devil.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I cannot, yo. It was.
I was like, this is like the most badly memeable line in a movie. That ain't your son. That's the devil. Wow.
Just so bad. And then the next things that happen.
Back at home, Berta and her pusher bra gets murdered. And honestly, I'm glad, because I'm so sick of that pusher bra. I'm so tired of the terrible wigs and the poorly drawn on eyebrows and the baby hair that shouldn't be there, because you yes, I'm so glad I'm glad Dre did what he had to do.
So after Berta dies, right? Berta dies. The the cross burns, is on fire, and she comes home and she sees Dre, and Dre's like, "What happened?" She's like, "You tell me." And then the cops show up, and Mary, nothing happens.
Mm-mm.
Mary, nothing happens.
They
A
just
white woman is dead.
and Ebony's
Jesus of
able to
Nazareth's
take the
cross
kids and
is
drive away.
burnt,
Yeah.
and take it like his cross is burnt on the wall,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing
Mm-hmm.
happens. Like no one even questioned, how did this lady get choked out? She has cancer, but cancer don't choke you out.
Mm-mm.
What happened?
Mm-mm.
A little boy choked her out. How does a little boy choke her out? Was it the bigger boy? Was it the mom and act like she was there the whole time? Right?
What's up with
Who
the
was
milk?
her?
That's the question I'll be
What's up?
asking.
What's
What's up
up
with
with
the
the
fucking
milk?
milk?
No one's even investigate the rest of the house. It is a crime scene, and no one
We see it
cares.
blocked off with caution tape, but yes, we have no idea what's going on inside of the house. Ebony drives away with the kids. And Shantae admits that it was her who called Cynthia. And I don't blame her because allegedly, we don't know what happened because this movie doesn't show us important things. Allegedly, Ebony tried to hit them with bats or beat them with a bat or whatever. And Ebony's upset. And she says, "Newsflash, Missy Elliott. I'm the one who's taking care of you." And me and DQ was like,
Missy Elliott. I was so confused.
DQ is
I'm
a
like,
rapper producer. He knows all things music. He didn't know what the hell she was talking about.
Newsflash, Missy
What
Elliott.
Melissa
We're
got to
like,
do with this? Why you bringing her into this?
I was so confused, Joe.
Newsflash,
I
Missy
was.
Elliott. James, I was, but you can't make sense out of nonsense.
You can't.
I was searching, like, okay, this has to mean something, but no. This is the third time now they just put some random shit in there that don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. And then we gotta keep it moving.
And then she said, "Who the you think taking care of y'all?" And I cracked up because her voice cracked, and she sounded just like Kevin Hart. Hilarious.
So then when they're driving, and Dre, he's like,
Dre's on demon time.
He's on demon time. He's like, you're the reason why your mother dies. And his eyes black out and he start like banging his head. So she screams, pulls over the car in the middle of the rain. She sprints to
like a bar, to like a diner.
She sprints to a bar and she's like, "Help me. My kids are being killed." And a white man got up and was like, "Your children?" Like, what do you think she means? You're like, what?
She literally said, "My kids." Yeah,
my kids. Your children?
Do I have kids
yes.
too? Aren't my what?
My children. Like, you think I'm talking about goats, nigga? Yeah. Like, yes, my children. And then they walk outside, and I'm thinking, Trey just turned to whole demon time, and you just leave the other two kids in there.
Yeah, right.
Like, that he killed your mother, and you saw the Nate almost killed Dre, and somehow, some way, your daughter is hemorrhaging, and you can leave them in the car by themselves. And he came up there, and all the kids just was asleep.
I guess I don't know. The prophet says later that Dre's possessed, and by being possessed, he can possess the other two as well. And I'm like, so is he like hopping from body to body? How can he control them if he's hosted by Dre? Who knows? No one knows.
Who knows? But, it makes zero sense.
Yeah. So to move along, everyone's in the hospital now. Cynthia's there. She said she stopped Ebony from being 302'd. If you don't know, 302 is a petition for involuntary commitment to a psychiatric facility in Pennsylvania for someone who is a danger to themselves or others due to mental illness. And the kids, the other two kids, Shantae and Nate, are sent to like a church organized foster kids. And
Dre is like looked after because his demon time that didn't end. Right? He's just like
he's still
bashing and he's still just thrashing and he's just
drawing. So he's like thrashing around and foaming out the mouth, and the foam looks like milk. I'm like, what is this?
I saw him like, who gave him more milk?
I just don't understand. And my thing is, this little nigga breaks his restraints, crawls up the wall, Like Peter Parker himself. Cynthia
Mm-hmm.
sees the whole thing, but in the next scene, she's so composed, like none of that happened.
What I don't understand is he broke it, crawled up the wall, and then just stares at
What
her.
happens? What?
What
Why
happened?
did he pop off?
He just like, okay, end scene, and went back to the bed.
Right? They just like what? Right? Yeah, because when Ebony finds him later, when she dresses up as a nurse and she puts on scrubs and no one recognizes her, even though she was literally just a patient at that facility. But whatever, that's another story.
Like 15 minutes ago.
Yes, when she finds him, he's asleep. So, like you said, did he just turn up and just be like, "Psych, no," and just went back to bed? Like,
He went back to bed. Demons need sleep too, Mary.
oh my god!
Like
And
it didn't make any
totally,
sense.
this movie's all over the place. And then, in the meantime, Ebony is trying to she finally decides to go talk to the prophet. They still have not told us her name. So they still have not told us her name.
I got written down. Ebony gets saved while Dre goes full demon mode in the hospital.
Yeah, literally. Like even the subtitles, James, don't know her name. They call her the apostle. Because I was like, let me check the subtitles. God. Even the subtitles don't know her damn name. But so this part, Ebony finally tells of the sexual assault that happened to her by her mother's boyfriend when she was a child. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm just kind of over this Tyler Perry ass narrative that every delinquent, promiscuous, troublesome woman is that way because she was sexually assaulted, especially if she was sexually assaulted as a child. Like, I understand the immense negative impact sexual assault can have on one's life, but I feel like the storyline is used so often that it just reduces the character to their past trauma, gives too much credit to their abusers, and it's like their whole identity within that story is just their trauma. Like you said, it's like we saw her painting, but they don't really get into that. We know that Andra Day herself can sing. And it's like, okay, that would be interesting to hear her really sing, to learn more about Ebony. But like you said, they can't give her any redeemable qualities because of this trauma. And it's like, you're not showing the complexity of real people. You're just reducing them to the sexual assault. And that literally influences their behavior in every part of their life. And I'm like, I'm kind of tired of it.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, because people can obviously overcome that, and she's more than just, like you said, her assault and her trauma. But not in this movie.
No.
In this movie, that's
it's
all
like,
she
what
was.
in the woman thou all loose is this? Like, I'm just like, come on now.
So, what I didn't understand is, why didn't she choose to see her son in the hospital, but instead see the prophet? The prophet could have met her at the hospital. But and then she goes, and like you said, she kidnaps her son, leaves the hospital.
Literally just puts on scrubs and no one recognizes her, even though she was literally just a patient at that hospital.
Yeah, she kidnaps her, and then they drive back to her own house
for the exorcism. I mean the deliverance.
And no one looks to see where is this kidnapped child at all. No one be like, maybe he's with his mother. Maybe his mother went home.
Yeah, because
no one even checks on the house.
Yeah, one doctor did notice that Dre was out of his room. The same doctor that Cynthia was complaining about when Dre was climbing the walls and tripping. But yeah, there was it's like, I didn't think it'll take y'all how long. This exorcism was a long time. So it's like, y'all didn't think, oh, the mother took him, and then to go back to the house.
It's been so obvious. That's like the first thing. Let's check the house. Oh yeah, here she goes. Arrest her for kidnapping. Like, for taking, like, it just doesn't make any sense. And then the movie just gets weirder. They get back to the house, and then when the prophet starts the deliverance, the exorcism, it's like she's like forming a contract and like telling the demon, okay, demon, this is the mother, and she gives me permission.
No, she's not doing
to send
that.
you back to hell.
She's recording it. The Catholic Church does that a lot. They record their exorcisms for other people to study and everything. She's not talking to the demon. She's recording it. And they and that's what's like, you gonna call it the Deliverance, but you literally do everything the Catholic Church does. Like, this is an exorcism. Oh, my Deliverance, girl. Don't try to like rebrand an exorcism. Like, you're right. You don't need an intercessor. Jesus is the intercessor. Hallelujah. But come on. Yeah, it is what it is.
But it's weird, Joe. It's weird. And then she just started throwing water on him. He's screaming.
Holy water.
And then he turns holy water. And
Who
then
knows?
eventually
it could be tap water.
It could be. And then he turns to her mother, Berta.
So it's like,
but just
it's like, okay, can the demon shapeshift, or is this illusion? Because I'm like, if the demon is shapeshifting, what happens to Dre's body? Or is he just playing mind tricks on Ebony so she thinks that's her mother?
Who knows? But it's just like, this is definitely, what was the nigga's name you said? The nigga's name. The nigga with the tallest thingy, the monster vampire dude.
Nosferatu.
That's exactly who it was now. Just sit up here.
Bald-headed, pointed teeth, long talons for fingernails, teeth. Black eyes.
Yes.
All shriveled up, looking like that John, looking like the Precious. What's his name?
And I was just looking at like I don't know. I know who you talk about from Lord of the Rings. I don't know what the little creature name is, but I was looking. I'm like, how they do Glenn Close like this, yo?
How she do herself like that?
How they do like really just turned her to a whole demon after being like, oh, your grandmother's sexy. To this is the last scene she does in a movie.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, I know horror films, they like to do this a lot. They like to play with the idea of sickness and make it something revolting and scary to remind us of our own mortality and scare us.
Yeah.
A lot of horror films do that. But you're right. It's kind of like reaffirming ideas that, are we supposed to believe this character is sexy when as soon as you get the chance, you show her as something grotesque?
Exactly.
I don't think it's because of her sickness. I don't know. I don't know. So because she also came down the stairs looking crazy with that bat ball headed.
And those short shorts.
With them coochie shorts on. So
yeah.
I don't know. I think she's giving trashy. Like, I don't know. But
it's just crazy. And what did she say when she noticed when the demon realizes that it's the same person and she recognized her? What did she say?
I can smell your nappy pussy.
Mary, yo.
Where is the remote?
Mary, yo, I could not. I wanted to end it. I was just rolling on my chair laughing. I'm like, why would a demon say this? Like, this makes no sense at all. No sense at all.
Like, the demon's just roasting you?
Just roasting you, right?
You did all that just to roast me.
Just to roast me. Like, and then later she was like, she looked at her daughter and was like, you half-breed whore, I should have flushed you like a blood clot. Like,
that's more of like, that's more sinister than I can smell your nappy pussy.
I know, that's more sinister.
Like, I could see her demon trying to hurt you, trying to make you seem like your mother never loved you because, she didn't believe she was loved, supposedly.
Yeah.
But, oh my God.
No, you're right. Just wow, Joe.
So while all this is happening, Nate is transforming into a werewolf or whatever. I don't even know.
He is just
he's going full Teen Wolf. Like, I don't know what's happening.
He's going Teen Wolf, but he's doing it like an R&B singer in the rain.
Yeah, literally.
Just like just screaming and ripping his clothes off.
He's like crumping a little bit, doing the typical I'm possessed breakdancing. You got no bones in your body.
Like, you put some Usher behind it, right? Just let it burn.
Put some background dancers in there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That could be the Thriller music video,
Exactly. Like, I let it burn.
And Shantae is still bleeding.
Still bleeding. She just yeah.
And then finally the demon kills the prophet, and we learn her name is Bernice, literally when she's dying. Another deep sigh. But but my thing is, Ebony been saved for all of 3 minutes. And supposedly Bernice was afraid. That's why she couldn't beat the demon. But I'm like, Ebony was terrified as well. And supposedly you've been doing this for a long time. Like, you have blood in the game. Like, this is what you do. But you can't beat this demon, but Ebony can.
It makes no sense. And
Okay.
even when like she was fighting her, Ebony, like the demon turned to Ebony and was beating her up and was
My
choking
thing
her
is,
out.
if the demon shape shifts to me, I'm not scared. Like, oh, the demon's now an absolute dime piece. Like, what you mean? The demon is a doll baby. Why would I be scared of that?
No, to be honest with you, if a demon ships to me, I'm scared because I'm too big.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I'm too big. But yeah, so the she's choking her out and she blacks out.
But before she
And
does, she calls the name of Jesus. She says, Jesus. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. All them will be saying them demon names. No, call the name of Jesus. I said, I'm about to start shouting.
Mhm.
I said, I know that's right. Jesus. I said, I know that's right. Call him. Call him up. Do that. That
And
should have been
the
an end
thing
of it
is,
right there. That should, like
that
I
should
always say in demon movies, they give these demons way too much power. The devil's already been
they
defeated.
do. Exactly.
Come on. Beneath of
Exactly.
our
You're right.
feet. The demon not gonna be
Beneath of our
here making
feet.
people fly across the room and setting crosses. You call the name of Jesus with power and authority, it's a done bun. And I'm
It's a
done.
wrap.
My sermon is over.
It's a wrap. But when she started getting her power and fighting the demon
She was
off,
literally possessed with the Holy Ghost. Which sounds
yeah,
weird, but that's what happens.
that's what happened. She got possessed, right? But then the demon said, Ebony, don't do this. We all we got. Mary. What? What is
Oh my
that?
God. So
What does that mean? We all we got. What is
she's
that?
literally fighting her demons.
She's like
Her trauma has manifested into a demon, which is making her a bitter person, which is literally affecting her entire relationship with her family.
but this is all we got.
I'm guessing her trauma and her anger. Listen, I'm trying to see some good in this
You're trying
film.
to save it. You're trying to
I'm just
save it.
trying to deep dive. It's like I get what Lee Daniels is trying to do. He's just did a piss poor job executing it. But I just feel like sometimes, okay, so we know this trauma. She puts on a shield, she puts on armor to protect herself. That's why she's so angry, so hostile, and she thinks that'll protect her. I guess. Listen, so it's like my trauma, I used it to protect myself. Ain't nobody gonna do that. I'm nobody's victim. I have a sharp tongue and I strike first. And now it's like, okay, letting go of this trauma also means that what I thought could protect me is no longer there anymore. So it is kind of like this is all I have. Like I said, they made this trauma her whole character. Like it defines so much of who she is. So it kind of is like we all we got. But yes, it did sound ridiculous, but I'm trying to understand what was meant by that.
It sounded like I understand, you're highly educated, Mary, and you explained that
Am
very
I?
well. Yes. And I disagree.
Yeah.
I think these I think it's just the demon just looking at you saying, this is all we
We
all you
homies, we
got.
fam, man.
We homie, fam. Like
Yeah.
what? I've been chilling with you. I've been living in this house. I've been terrorizing your kids. You terrorize your kids. We got things in common, Ebony. Like, like, come on, like it just
crazy. Absolutely crazy.
it's crazy, yo. And then eventually, like,
Ebony
she
sends the
burns.
demon back to bald hell through a hole that opens up in her basement.
Yes.
And I'm just like, so is that
What happened
covered
to Dre?
by her insurance?
Is the farmer's insurance gonna come get it? Is we are farmers?
Is that an act of God?
Bump, for real? Like
is she just gonna call Jake from State Farm and be like, hey, so a crater opened in my basement floor to drag a demon back to the ninth circle of hell. Am I covered?
Mm-hmm. Am I covered? For real? Like it's just so bad. It's so bad. But the thing is, the thing is, right, is that most demon movies, they get super blasphemous,
Mm-hmm.
and they get like you said, they overinflate the demon, and they just like,
and they did some of that with the burning cross.
They did, but they also didn't go too far, because I think they were like, all right, man, like it's like they kind of be like, yo, we want to push that Jesus, there's power in Jesus' name. So don't do anything too blasphemous, but make it still a demon. Like, for example, when the kids were tormented and they made the crucifix cross like things and had nails in their
Oh
hands.
my God. When they posed Nate up like he was Jesus on the cross, I said, get me
Yeah.
out of here.
Get me
Get
out
me
of
out
here.
of here. I was so
I'm
tired.
like,
I'm
what
so
is I'm
tired. And
like,
I had to watch this movie twice.
well, I had to watch it
But
twice,
it's
yo.
just
And I wanted
like, yeah,
to
that's what I'm saying. This movie totally doesn't know what it wants to be. You don't know if you want to be a gospel film, a hood drama, or horror film. It's like, it does kind of take us out of it. Like, it's not even it's just kind of weird when you have overtly gospel Christian messages, but it's also a horror film. But it's like
yes.
this movie doesn't know what it wants to be. And I think they could have done it better if they just kind of figured out what they wanted to be, but they tried to be all three at once. And at points, it felt like I was watching three different movies. It
Yeah,
felt like I was
you're right.
watching War Room. It felt like I was watching Raising Isaiah and freaking The Exorcism all in one movie.
All one movie. It was. You're right. It was just incongruous, like
Say that again?
not
You thought I was going to let it slide?
incongruent, incongruent, like just a not
Yeah, but how do you
together.
say that as an adjective? Incongruent?
Um, incongruency,
No,
inconsistent.
no. It didn't make no
I don't know.
fucking sense. All right. How about
It didn't make any sense. So Mary, so after all that, right? DCS takes the kids and they take her from 6 months apparently, and she get her back, and then they're driving back home to Philly,
And I'm like, we're
and
going
she's
back to
like,
Philly. I'm like, please don't come here.
"Don't bring the demons to Philly.
Please
We
don't
got enough
come
demons
here.
in Philly. Don't
Stay where
come
you
here.
are.
Like, stay in Pittsburgh." and then, and then, at the end of the movie, they basically showed the story of the house, where the house. It said
The
the house was.
original the story of what this movie is inspired, the true events that inspired this film. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the true events that inspired this film, and um,
And yeah, she says
Latoya Amons.
her and her daddy trying to work it out. So I'm like, is he leaving Iraq? Like her and the kid's daddy, what's happening? Like, what did he know that he almost lost his whole fam? The patience
Yes,
needed for this film, y'all. The patience.
the patience. But apparently, if you guys look up the exorcism of Latoya Amons, right? This is what the movie's based on, right? A black woman who
With blue
is
contacts. What you got blue? Let me stop.
but yeah, her whole family is traumatized, and she sees the demon and it appears to her a bunch, and there's a whole video. But I realized that this is like a real accounting, so I'm not gonna watch it. But
Why, you scared or out of respect?
say what?
You scared or out of respect?
Whoa, just like scared. Like, I don't bang with real demons. Like, just like, I ain't really watching this, John. So I was watching the video. I'm like, I'm rather read the article.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really based on at least true accountings of what happened to her, which makes the movie a little more interesting. Just like,
that's literally, they said that about every exorcism type movie. Like, I'm
yeah,
missing The
based on
Haunting
this.
in Connecticut. No, what's that movie with the couple?
Yeah, A Haunting in Connecticut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they all
yeah,
say it's based off. We can all say weird stuff happens. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
believe what you want.
Okay, Mary. So, what would you give this movie?
This movie is what you said, dog water. I'm trying to think of the worst movies I've seen in my life. This is up there. This is up there. I think Devil
Do you think it
Inside
was?
was number one.
Do you think it was worse than
I
Wish?
just thought that. I do think it's worse than Wish. Like, I don't know. At least the people in Wish could sing.
Yeah.
Wish was also a giant waste of time.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. This is pretty like, Because Wish had so much potential, and it just did nothing with it. Just like, yes, girl, give us nothing. That was all. Jesus, I don't know. This may be worse than Wish. You know what it is? Just because of that shit scene, this movie's worse than Wish. Because was that supposed to be scary?
I don't know,
Were
because they
we
didn't even
not
show
supposed
it.
to crack up when that happened? Were we not?
I feel like
movies that are unintentionally funny when they're trying to be serious are the worst movies, and this is that.
they are. I feel like if they really wanted that to be scary, they should have just went into for it. They should have showed him actually pooping, actually picking up the poop, actually eating it, actually throwing it. They should have made it
very
as graphic,
disturbing. Yeah,
very as disturbing as possible if he wanted to be scary. But instead, they just show poop flying from the
they just
back.
showed his little face all scrunched up. Next thing you know, this woman has brown batter all over her wide mouth open face, and she's just screaming.
Just so disgusting, yo. I was like, I couldn't believe it. This movie was all
it was unpredictable in the
shocking.
worst ways.
It was, yeah.
So yeah, this movie, it doesn't even listen. This movie, it's not sold at a concession stand. It's not even a milk dud. Like, I don't know what that is. Like, you got these snacks from the Dollar Tree and they stale and expired.
And you snuck it in. You snuck in Dollar Tree Rice Krispie treats or something like that. Like
Dollar Tree Tootsie Rolls. Like, please do not watch that, John.
Yeah.
Dude, this is the first time I'm asking you not to watch that, John.
So I'll give it a small bag of popcorn.
Wow.
Right? And the reason I give it a small bag of popcorn is because I think Monique and Glenn Close kind of saved the movie.
I think Caleb did. I think Caleb.
Who's Caleb?
That's Nate. I think Caleb was the only saving grace. Andre Day wasn't bad. I think Monique did okay. She did her best, but you know.
Yeah.
And Glenn Close, I don't know. I was so thrown off by how she looks. It made everything that come out of her mouth sound stupid. But yeah, the actors wasn't a problem in this film for the most part.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't just a poor performance.
Besides Janelle and Eamon, whoever played them, that was terrible. That was terrible.
Yeah, I just have so many questions, and like you said, they made some things very obvious, and other things just didn't explain at all. You know, it was long for how terrible it was.
This should have been an hour 15 max.
Yeah,
put us out our misery.
You know, our misery. But yeah, I'll give it a small bag of popcorn to stay true to our skin. No, actually, I'll give it a milk dud. I'm sorry, a milk dud. It's a milk dud. But you know, like, it's funny. So if you want to watch it, you can go watch it.
Please don't.
It's not it's just very bad.
Yeah.
Very bad. And if your friends tell you they like it,
I'm gonna judge you aggressively.
I'm gonna judge them aggressively.
What's the milk about?
I don't know.
What's the milk about?
Make it make sense. What was The Crow about, Mary?
James, no one knows. They don't know. They do not know. They just put a whole bunch of horror movie cliches in a gospel film and put it out there to torture all of us.
To torture all of us.
No one knows. No one knows. But that's all, folks. Thank you so much for listening. Tell them where to find us, James.
Yeah, guys. This was another episode of the Watch That John podcast. You can find us at Instagram at Watch That John. You can follow the show at our YouTube channel at the Watch That John podcast. And you can find us.
I just see your notes real quick. It's like, what does Ebony do for work? She's always home. Sorry. Continue. Oh my goodness.
It makes no sense. So yeah, you can listen to us audio version of us, audio only rather, on any of your podcasts, your podcast channels, right? So thanks for listening, and we see you soon.
Bye, guys.